Welcome to the Lab Trainers, and today I have another GBA match for you. That's right, today I have a match between the Jacksonville Persians and the Washington Blazikens, respectively. Kwame being the owner of the Jacksonville Persians, and Genbu being the owner of the Washington Blazikens. Very nice teams we got going up here. We have Kwame sporting the I almost said Pharaoh Seed, but it's actually the Fortress, the Darmanitan, the Absol, the Weavile, the Volcarona, and the Sylveon. While we have Genbu taking on Kwame with the Mawile, the Bayonet, the Blissey, very scary, the Keldeo, also very scary, the Heracross, and the Koffagrigus. So let's get this party started right now in this battle, being issued very, very nicely, with both leading with the respective very strong Pokemon. We have Mawile leading off on the Blaziken side, and we have Fortress leading off onto the Jacksonville Persian side, as the Intimidate does come off from the Fortress. That doesn't really quite matter, as they both decide, I guess, to exchange hazards here, as Mawile does decide to go for Stealth Rocks, and Fortress also decides to go for Stealth Rocks right here. This is the first time I'm also seeing this match too, so just so you know. Genbu does decide to withdraw the Mawile right there, and goes straight into Keldeo, which is a very interesting play. I wouldn't expect that to actually happen, knowing that Fortress like to carry Volt Switch, but I guess he wanted to get him in before the hazards really set up. This could be a substitute Calm Mindset, but instead we actually do see the Scald come right off from the Fortress and do a ton of damage. That has to be, no, that is a Life Orb set, my apologies. I almost said Choice Specs, but he does go for the Volt Switch here, and Kwame does decide to take back Fortress from the Persians battlefield. And Sylveon does decide to come into play right now, which is very interesting right here. But we do probably see a very strong Scald also come off again from Keldeo. Actually, no. Keldeo does not want to stay in on this matchup right here, as because that is a Pixelate boosted Hyper Voice that we got going on right there. As it's probably going to go, there we go, there it is, Blissey, the Special Wall coming in. That's his actually best possible play right there, just to make sure that he will not take as much damage from this Hyper Voice as possible, because look at it. That did absolutely nothing, and that is probably Choice Specs. No, that is Leftovers. My apologies. I'm all messed up with these items. I'm assuming things that I don't even know. But that is a very strong Hyper Voice nonetheless, probably being a max special attack or something like that. We do see the Wish come off from Sylveon, which is going to be very nice because it will allow him to switch back into one of his Pokemon easily. But he would be very wise to go for a Heal Bell right now too. But unfortunately, this Blissey will not let it Sylveon leave without having some sort of status ailment on it. So let's see what happens here after they've eaten up their leftovers, both respectively, having a little snack during the battle, which is very respectable. Got to keep their energy up somehow. As Sylveon does decide to come back with that Wish, and I'm going to assume the Fortress is going to come right back in. There we go, just to get that Wish coming right off. Ooh, the Stealth Rocks is going to do a lot, but the Blissey also does come back. So what do we see right here? We do see the Keldeo make a return here. And this is actually kind of scary for the Fortress, because we do know that Scald is going to be able to knock it out on the incoming turn, because I do not believe that Wish will bring it to full health. There we go, that's right there. Even with the Leftovers recovery, it's not going to bring it back to full. And I think that's actually knockout range for Keldeo, but it's actually going for the Calm Mind right now. So this isn't a substitute variant, which is very interesting, because substitute, I believe, would actually run Leftovers over Life Orb. But it's going to leave Fortress to set up its hazards, because that's all it really needs to do this match, is set up its Spike Layers, its Stealth Rocks, and then it's going to be basically done for this match. It's not trying to get any KOs or anything. If it does catch one, it's a lucky break for it. But the Scald does come through with the +1 special attack and a special defense as well, because it's Calm Mind, and Fortress does go down. First off, we see Death Strike come in, which is the shiny Weavile come in on from the Jacksonville Persians, and we do see the Fake Out come on from the onto the Keldeo, and that will put him in range, I believe, for an Ice Shard, so we might see that coming right here. We do actually see the knockoff instead. Being able to knock off that Leftovers is actually huge. Or sorry, not Leftovers, Life Orb is actually huge, because it is going to be able to do enough damage to knock out the Keldeo and not give him a justified boost. The Bayonet does decide to make an appearance right here. I'm going to assume that this is a Mega right here on the team and goes to the Mega Bayonet. What do we see here? We just see it being hurt by spikes. Unfortunately, its feet must hurt as the Mega Evolution does come off, and now it has the ability Prankster upon Mega Evolving. This is actually one of the first times I really see Mega Bayonet, because it's not very common. It does go for the Protect this turn, because it does not want to take a knockoff at all. At least not before getting the Will-O-Wisp off. So it does actually go for the Shadow Sneak instead. Interesting enough. I would have probably seen a Will-O-Wisp. I would have tried to go for Will-O-Wisp prior, because burning that Weavile would have been crucial, because knockoff is actually going to be able to knock out the Mega Bayonet. So that's really sad. It was there and gone. So that's pretty unfortunate for the Washington Blazikens side. But we do see the Mawile come back and land an Intimidate. Nope, this must be a Hyper Cutter set. Or maybe... No, there it is. The Intimidate was right there. I just had to get hurt first. The knockoff does come through, and I'm going to assume knock off any sort of leftovers. There it is. The leftovers right there. So no snack time for Mawile, as it does go for the Play Rough and is able to knock out the Weavile very nicely. So unfortunately now Weavile is down, but I believe it did its job for now. We do also have the Mega Absol in the back, but he does decide to bring in Darmanitan, Red the Darmanitan, which is very, very scary with those flaming eyebrows. And the Mawile does decide to pull out because it does not want to take a Scarf or Banded Flare Blitz. But this Cofagrigus may take a lot of damage from it too. But I do believe that because of Mummy, the Sheer Force will not allow it to do or afterwards won't allow it to do so much damage. So the Flare Blitz does come through, dealing a ton of damage, but Mummy does change the ability from Sheer Force to Mummy, making it very contagious. It's like the common cold. And we got the Cofagrigus also sporting leftovers. Most of this team has leftovers. That's very interesting, as he does go for Protect, trying to deal or save as much of its HP as possible, as the Flare Blitz is not going to be able to connect due to the Protect. But now that the Mummy has come off, that means it's probably not going to be doing nearly as much damage overall, just because now there is no secondary sort of stat boost going on there. So it ended up landing the double Protect, which is very kind of scary. Well, not scary, it's just very unfortunate for Kwame not being able to land another Flare Blitz right away, because the second Flare Blitz will be able to do enough to bring it down to 1 HP, ladies and gentlemen. 1 HP, ladies and gentlemen. And he does decide to get the skill swap. No, the power split has come through. I just looked away for a second and saw an animation, and that's all I saw. So the leftovers does come back, and the Cofagrigus does try to go for the Protect Stall again. Just trying to make sure that this Darmanitan is not going to be able to do as much damage as it would be compared to having Sheer Force. And now that its power is down, it's actually kind of weak. But I do believe that this Cofagrigus will not live another Flare Blitz. That is still Stab, so it's still going to do a lot. And it's a very powerful move, I believe, base 120, with a 120 attack power. So that's pretty good there. As the Mawile does decide to come back out and get the Intimidate off after getting spikes in its feet and getting hit by Stealth. Oh wait, no, there were no rocks. I don't believe there are any rocks, as the Intimidate does come off, and the Flare Blitz is going to come through and connect with this Mawile, and it is going to be able to knock it out, unfortunately, because that is, again, Stab, and it is 2 times weak. So this Darmanitan has lost a lot of HP, not a lot of HP, just a lot of everything, and it's still dealing a lot of damage. The Heracross is now out and about on this battlefield. That is hurt by spikes, and the Flare Blitz does connect again. And do we see a KO? We see the KO on the Heracross. So very, very sad. This is a very scary position for the Washington Blazikens. They have to really be careful, because this Darmanitan could finish off the game, as we only have Blissey left, which has pretty much 0 defensive abilities, but it does have a lot of HP. So as long as it can, it will not be able to live this, but the Darmanitan won't be able to go down. The Protect just is a stall for another turn to try and get leftovers, but Blissey is not a defensive Pokemon at all. It is specially defensive, yes. Physically defensive, no. If this was a Chansey, it would be a little bit different. As the Flare Blitz does connect right here, knocking out the Blissey, but because of so much HP, the recoil is going to be able to do enough, I believe, to knock out the Darmanitan as well, and we're going to have an empty battlefield. There we go, right on the end of this battle. So very well fought teams, very well fought. Jacksonville Persians, Washington Blazikens, very good game, both of you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like this video to, you know, boost everything up, because we do have the YouTube algorithm trying to screw everything over. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, because you know your support is already greatly appreciated. And leaving your friend codes and your battle codes in the comment section below will be great, because I can get Wi-Fi battles from you, which I will post up a new versus whenever the GBA is over. I have a lot of Wi-Fi battles from my stream that I have to post up still, but I'm trying to work on those later, and I want to save them up for later dates because I want to get this GBA kind of set and out of the way. It'll probably be out of the way because I haven't been getting a lot of battle codes, from the members of the GBA. So I'll probably be trying to move through that as fast as possible. So you will be seeing more of that. Don't forget to stick around for, not today, but possibly tomorrow. Yes, definitely tomorrow, for the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire playthrough, the next episode we got going on there. And, yeah, there's all that. So, thank you again very much for watching and listening to me ramble for an extra, like, 3 minutes on this little end tag of the video. But I will see you guys next time when you visit the lab. Bye!